We're living in a very difficult time where people are doing their best to stir up racial hatred and Islamophobia. To that extent, as you can see from this image here, King Charles is being accused of being a traitor because he hosted a Ramadan event and because he wished the Muslim community Ramadan Mubarak. Furthermore, they are saying that the late Queen, his mother, would have been ashamed because obviously she was just as Islamophobic and racist as they are, and she somehow prioritized white people over other people, or Christians over other religions, when in fact quite the opposite. You can see here Her Majesty the Queen visiting a mosque in 2002 where she was invited by the Muslim community after they had suffered goons attacking and damaging the mosque and carrying out racist acts. She went there to show her support, and here's a picture of her being given a copy of the Holy Quran. She entered the mosque barefoot. She showed all respect to the Muslim community. On top of that, I would like you to listen to Her Majesty's speech from 2004. Every word of it applies to today, and if you hear what she has to say about racism, about discrimination, about different religions living together, you'll know that it's not the king that she's ashamed of. She's ashamed of the people who are using her name and her flag to give a message that she despised and that she fought against her entire life.
Me, as a Christian, one of the most important of these teachings is contained in the parable of the Good Samaritan, when Jesus answers the question, "Who is my neighbor?" It is a timeless story of a victim of a mugging who was ignored by his own countrymen, but helped by a foreigner, and a despised foreigner at that. The implication drawn by Jesus is clear. Everyone is our neighbor, no matter what race, creed, or color. I believe tolerance and fair play remain strong British values, and we have so much to build on for the future. It was for this reason that I particularly enjoyed a story I heard the other day about an overseas visitor to Britain who said the best part of his visit had been travelling from Heathrow into central London on the tube. His British friends were, as you can imagine, somewhat surprised, particularly as the visitor had been to some of the great attractions of the country. "What do you mean?" they asked. "Because," he replied, "I boarded the train just as the schools were coming out. At each stop, children were getting on and off. They were of every ethnic and religious background, some with scarves or turbans, some talking quietly, others playing and occasionally misbehaving together, completely at ease and trusting one another. How lucky you are," said the visitor, "to live in a country where your children can grow up in this way." I hope they will be allowed to enjoy this happy companionship for the rest of their lives.